Why do we find it so difficult to move on? Hi champions, I'm Dr. Meghana Dikshit, author of You Matter, and I'm thrilled to welcome you to our channel. Here we explore the fascinating realms of the mind and brain, share the secrets to success, help you heal your past and prepare for a brilliant future. If you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell. And to all our returning viewers, a heartfelt welcome. Now, if you're ready to dive into the incredible world of brain potential, type dive in the chat box right now. Just to let you know, there are two more ways I can help you. There are two links posted in the caption. One is to register for my live seminar to train your brain to achieve all your goals. And second, you can purchase my book You Matter through the link and start your personal growth journey with me today. So why is it so difficult to move on? I begin today's video by sharing a case study. It's 20 years since this person got her divorce. Today she is well settled, her children are strapping young adults. At the time of the divorce, she gave the custody of her children to their father, as at that time she was not financially stable. However, she was fully involved in her kids' upbringing, though they were staying with their father. She was a hands-on mother. She would visit them in their father's home, also stay with them if required, though the relationship with her ex was very volatile and violent. She would be very distraught with the way he used to treat her. Even the children would assume that she would always be there for them without really appreciating her contribution. She would get herself involved in the running of their home, including guiding the housekeepers. This continued for good 20 years. Her kids are now adults and are very capable, strong. They are handling their lives very beautifully. However, this lady would get overwhelmed and anxious for every small thing that happened in that home. Till the time there was that one final showdown between her and her ex. She was deeply affected. She came to me for consultation. It was a traumatic period for her, worse than her divorce. Even after 20 years of divorce, she was finding it so difficult to move on. Why do we find it so difficult to move on? Have you gone through a similar phase in your life? Then let me know in the chat box. Or seen someone go through the loss and finds it difficult to move on? Then do share this video with them. Unable to move on is not a sign of weakness. So get your pen and paper ready to dive deep. There are 3 factors that makes it difficult to move on. First is emotional factor. Our emotions attached to that person or the thing make it difficult for us to move on. Second is environmental factor. The environment that surrounds us, be it the people that we are living with, the conversations that go on around us, makes it difficult to move on. And the third one is fears. Fears as a factor play a big role in our moving forward. Fear is mainly of the change. If I move on, will it mean that I have forgotten everything that has happened with that person or the place or the thing? Letting go of the past is not an easy task, but it's a very possible task. There's no one right thing about healing from the past. I'm going to share with you the 7 stages of healing that will enable you to move on. So now take your pen and paper and start writing. Stage 1 is awareness. The first step is recognizing and identifying the emotion. There are predominantly 3 emotions that are attached to any loss and guilt. Guilt as an emotion tells us that we have violated some norm or a rule. It should be like this or it should be like this, and I'm not. This brings about the guilt. In the case study that I shared earlier, the lady was carrying a huge guilt, a guilt of not being a good mother, guilt of not keeping her children with her. This guilt made her overstep her boundary. It also kept her in the loop of feeling inadequate. The second emotions that we ought to heal is regret. Regret of all that we feel we should have done or said and not done or not said. And the third emotion to heal is anger. Anger comes from acute sadness. When I lost my mother, I took 13 years to finally move on that she's not there physically. I went through all these 3 emotions. But topmost was anger towards my mother and myself. Why was my mother so neglecting towards her own health, which caused her untimely death? Anger towards myself, that why could I not save my mother, though I was a doctor? So the first step is moving on is to become aware as to what is the core emotion that you are carrying within yourself. In our Level 2 program, we have specific tools that we teach our participants, which helps them to get through these emotions and heal themselves. We also have specifically devised masterclasses. The link is mentioned in the caption for you. Now, stage 2 is acceptance. Once you become aware of the emotion you are feeling, then comes acceptance. The lady in the case study was not ready to accept that she was carrying the guilt of giving away the custody of her children. Acceptance means acknowledging to yourself what you are feeling without any judgment. Even if these emotions are making you feel even more uncomfortable. Stage 3, processing. Processing is going to the root of what you are feeling. If you are feeling angry, then slowly unpeeling and going to the root of that anger. Mostly you will find that it is sadness or pain or hurt. Sadness for a lost time that could have been spent together. Pain and hurt for not being together. There are different ways to processing what you are feeling. You can write in your journal daily, go for therapy, get a mentor or a coach to help you process. Talk with your friends and be part of a community. Stage 4 is release. Once you have gone to the root of that particular emotion, it is time you let it go from your system. Letting go is not a one-day thing, but a period of days put together where you consistently let go in a healthy manner. For example, one such method is gibberish. You are alone in a room and you start talking gibberish. That is the way babies speak. Yada yada yada, all of this, whatever it is, you allow all that you're feeling, the pent-up emotions come up and flow out of your body through this gibberish talk. You can shout as much as you want, but only in gibberish. Do this for 30 minutes daily for at least a week. Step 5 is growth. Once you have been able to let go of the emotions, then comes the growth. When we have gone through painful times, the emotional growth brings its own wisdom and helps us to move on. We become a different person than who we were before the trauma. Stage 6 is integration. At this stage, you begin to integrate your experience into your daily life. For me, the healing finally happened when I was able to integrate all that I understood about my mother's life into my life. My mother had constantly neglected herself. For me, self-care became top priority. The learning from a broken relationship can be integrated into creating meaningful relationships moving forward. And the last stage is a stage of transformation. You have gone through all of that and emerged stronger, more resilient person. I was 20 years old and all alone when my mother went through her first operation. I still remember that younger me standing outside the operating theatre, tears flowing down my cheeks, praying for my mother's health. That incident made me into the resilient person that I am today. It helped me navigate through much tougher situations. Transformation is transformation only when your own past looks like somebody else's life. Remember this. According to neuroscientist Dr. Jill Tyler, emotions are supposed to be temporary experiences, only lasting about 90 seconds unless you feel them. That is the crux of the matter. We are unable to move, and because we keep feeding into the emotions of guilt, anger, regret, sadness, we keep them alive in our being. We feel connected to that person or thing that we have lost. Moving through these 7 stages of healing does not mean that we forget that person. It's just that we retain the good, happy memories. Moving on is a reminder to ourselves that there is so much more brilliant things and brilliant people to life than that one person or that one episode. Did you find this video helpful? Then share it with someone who's not able to move on in their lives. And let me know if you are the person who's working on moving on, which stage are you at right now?